Good morning, Big Brother fans. Welcome back. Another year of Big Brother. It is season 15. Can you believe it? So the first thing I wrote on my notes is let's talk about Julie's pink dress. Love it, love it, love it. I'm loving the longer, less coiffed-ish hair. In some of the commercials that they had, her hair seemed a little less poofed, Jersey girl poof. But last night it was semi-poofed. So I was a little disappointed that she'd gone back to the poof. Anyway, we won't go over all of the house guests. I will tell you the ones that I immediately took to. The first one was Spencer. Too cute, too funny, and I think I'm going to enjoy him. And then we have Andy, who is the super fan. And of course, he's either going to go one way or the other. He's going to be the one that I'm going to love the most, or he's going to be the one that is going to get on my last effing nerve. But anyway, he is a professor and teaches public speaking. So that will be interesting to watch, to see which way he's going to go. And pretty much those two are about the only ones that really stood out on my radar as, that I'm really going to enjoy. I do enjoy Howard as well. McCrae, to me, is just, he's going to be someone that's going to, I think, is going to shock us, because he said his highest aspirations in life is only to be the best pizza delivery boy. I don't believe that for 1 minute. I know that the people in the house don't believe that he's actually even a pizza boy. I believe he's a pizza boy. I just don't believe that he's just a pizza boy. I think that he's probably some grad student or some doctor that decided that, there are people out there that decide that they just can't do what they were meant to do. There might be a cat fight here in just a second, and if there is, I'll apologize. Stop it, move it, back it up just a sec. We're going to talk about the two people in the house that I just can't stand, and that would be Gina Marie, and the other would be Jessie. Gina Marie, obviously, she opens mouth, and it's just, could you just shut up? And then Jessie, the one who's so into herself that says that girls are jealous of her because of her personality and her good looks. How can a girl really say something like that? Seriously, who says things like that? Obviously Jessie. So she's not going to be one of my more favorite people. Judd wormed his way tiny little bit into my heart when he said that he thought he'd be the dumbest guy in the house, but then he met Dave. Dave will get on my last nerve as well. Let's see, I have a couple of notes here. I automatically put David and Gina Maria as the most irritating. Judd was the first person to pick up on thinking that Alyssa is, looked very familiar. So, that kind of caught on in the house, and it's really early for me to want to do spoilers. It really is. But I think what I might do is I might do a separate video for spoilers instead of adding it in on the end. So I'm gonna leave that one as a talk about a spoiler. I'm gonna write that right there. It was interesting that almost immediately, we're talking like almost immediately, Howard, Spencer, and Jeremy started an alliance. And of course, editing makes it look, and it could have been like an entire day later. Then Jeremy all of a sudden is starting to get a side alliance together with Jessie and David, which would be like, Jessie called it the best looking alliance. And I was like, oh, OMG. Jeremy right there is he's stringing up the noose, basically, if you ask me, for pulling something that fast. Now, I should say ahead of time that I might not be here for every episode because the circumstances have changed in a year, and the amount of time that I have is kind of limited. But anyway, I'm going to try my hardest to be here as often as humanly possible, and there will be a period of time towards the ending of the show that I probably won't even be here altogether. Anyway, the twist. Let's talk about the twist. There are going to be 3 nominees every week, and only 2 of the nominees are going to be named or nominated by the HOH. And Julie kind of left that hanging, saying, we'll let you know who the other person is. And immediately I screamed, America! It's America! We're going to finally get our hands in on that pie again, because it's been years and years and years. I mean, we haven't weighed in since season 1, maybe 2. Was it 2? When we were the ones calling all the shots, and it's going to be fun to be able to put our hands in that piece of pie. So it's revealed that we are going to be naming. Let's give it a name. America's Big Brother Most Valuable Player, and it's going to be the person that we vote on, who we think is playing the best game, and that they are going to be allowed to name one more person to be put on the block. And I also have a spoiler for that as well. The first HOH competition was the Popsicle Factory. Immediately as they were jumping on, I thought Alyssa's going to probably be really good at this, because not only is her sister Rachel and she could hang on to her hot dog, but she's like a yoga instructor, and so I was thinking, she's got that core going. She's gonna hang in there, and then she was the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5th person off. So that was pretty sad. But it was basically probably one of the easiest / hardest, I don't know, ones ever. You just climb on the popsicle, you hold on, it moves, you just hold on until you can't hold on no more. And of course, Big Brother is Big Brother. They're gonna do the same thing over and over again. They're gonna shoot crap at you as you're, going past. So I mean, that was like majorly predictable. I mean, and I know that they have time limits, that they have to have these competitions happen in a certain amount of time. If they left people hanging on there without the added cold and water and paint and whatnot sprayed at them, those things could possibly go on for a longer period of time. So I mean, I get it, but it's like, come up with something different, like jolting up and down movements every once in a while, or I don't know, whatever. But it was interesting that Howard being, he, that's one of the good things, is men are really super strong, so they have that that upper body strength to hold them on there. But then again, their downfall is that they have a little bit more weight that they have to hold up, and yeah, so they almost always kind of give out. The big muscly guys I'm talking about, not just regular men, the big muscly guys. So, but anyway, Howard threw that one. He admits that he threw it, and because he doesn't want to be seen as a threat. Is it a smart move? I don't know. We'll see as we move along to see how likable he is, or how much he shoves the Bible down everyone's throat. Because it could go either way. Truly, it can. And since the Bible is the only book allowed in the house, he's got a huge advantage right there, because people pretty much, by the end of the game, people are just clamoring to that Bible. It's something to read, it's something to do. Candace was the one who, in the end, guessed that it was Rachel Riley's sister. When they were all hanging there, she's like, yeah, she's got the eyes, she's got the mouth, and she just sounds like her. So that was interesting that she was found out so quickly. Let's see. Then they threw a wrench into it, and they gave them the chance to, when they got down to, I think, was it 3 people, for 2 people to drop, and there were 2 lunch boxes, and in it was a pass for the not having to endure the cold showers, no slop for the entire summer, no have not room, which is usually a very, very uncomfortable, horrible room, no cold shower. I already said the cold showers. That is a huge advantage, really, in the scheme of things, because being deprived of those things, being put on slop, having to have the entire week of cold showers and that horrible room, that wears on a person, especially, you know, towards the end, and it takes them off their game. And so it was no wonder that they were really looking to want to drop and hopefully gain that. The only problem is only one of those lunch boxes contained the pass. And so the first one to drop was the first one that got to choose. Unfortunately, David dropped and it was empty. So immediately Jeremy set up his his safety, and he got the never not. It was called the never not pass. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it wasn't after. It wasn't Jeremy, I'm sorry, who ensured his safety. Jeremy just dropped and got the never not pass, but Nick was left with McCrae, and Nick ensured his safety before dropping and allowing McCrae to be the HOH, which is always the smart thing to do, because well, maybe not. You know, it's always safe to be the first HOH because no one really knows one another. But like I said, I've been really, really, really busy lately, so I don't know. But it sounded last night when I was listening to the house, they've been talking like they've been together for about a week. So I don't know. Can anybody tell me about that? I'm not going to be able to watch the feeds as much as I did last year. I'm going to be able to probably go to Joker's updates once a day, just to see the highlights, kind of scan through and see what's going on. But anyway, so McCrae was nominated to be or won the first HOH. And let's go back to the Big Brother MVP. They're going to be given this honor, and it's going to be kept secret. It's up to them whether they want to keep this secret or not. They can, so basically, you can go in there as an HOH pretty much and put in your vote as to who you want gone, and you don't ever have to have that target on your back, which is pretty darn awesome, really. And I think I can divulge this. The only thing I have here is that the nominations will be revealed before the veto competition, obviously, because they have to know who has to win that veto. Crap! What? You see, I shouldn't have talked about that. I should have just stayed on it, because now I totally forgot what I was gonna say. Let me put something together and see if I can remember. Oh, it's still going. Yikes!